Hello, are you being guided by your intuition or your ego? That's the topic for today. It's not always easy to tell if our choices are coming from the right place. However, if you follow your intuition, your life is likely to be enjoyable and meaningful. Follow your ego and you might be successful in many ways, but you're likely to find yourself wondering why you're not as happy as you think you should be. Learning to determine whether you're being guided by intuition or ego can make a huge difference in your life. And while there are no hard or fast rules to make the distinction, there are some tendencies that can serve as a guide. So consider these differences. Ego-based decisions are grounded in fear and self-preservation. If you decide to go to medical school primarily for reasons of financial security, that's ego. If you decide not to ask out that beautiful woman who lives around the corner, that's also ego. Ego-based decisions typically have emotion connected to them. A choice made from a place of intuition just feels right and often comes out of left field. You might be mowing the lawn and be hit with the idea of becoming a dog breeder, for example. The resulting battle in your head is your ego fighting back. Ego-based decisions consider external results. Are you writing a book in order to have a bestseller, or are you writing a book because you're fascinated with the idea of writing a book? Are you taking action to gain certain results, or does the action itself provide sufficient satisfaction? Ego-based decisions involve rationalization. Your ego is wonderful at convincing you that its choice is the right one. I'll never get that job. Imagine how disappointed I'll feel if it doesn't work out. People like me are destined to only be supervisors, but there's nothing wrong with that. I can still have a decent life. That is ego, and that is really just a rationalization based on fear, whether it's fear of success or fear of failure. The ego tries to justify itself with facts, figures, and logic, where intuition doesn't require these tricks to compel you at all. If you're using logic to convince yourself of a course of action, you can bet that's your ego squawking. Intuition doesn't judge. A thought or a decision arising from intuition doesn't involve judgment statements about being right or wrong or good or bad, or any other judgment. Intuitive thoughts feel calm, relaxed, and peaceful. There's a universal truth to an idea that arises from intuition. Is the expected gratification coming from within, or is it external? Would you make the same choice if no one would ever know? Would you purchase that BMW if no one ever knew you owned it? Or do you simply love German automobiles and love the idea of owning a precision car? Are you driven by money and admiration or by personal satisfaction? Those are pretty good clues. And while the ego can be very limiting, it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. Remember that the ego's motivation is largely based on self-preservation. Your ego believes that it has your best interests at heart, so ignoring the ego can be really challenging. It uses fear to influence you, and it's only natural to avoid fear and seek comfort. The trick is to realize when fear is holding you back from something bigger and better. Sometimes fear prevents you from doing something really foolish, so think before choosing which voice to follow. Use these tips to help you make a decision that will bring you true happiness. If you want to develop your intuition further, please direct message me and I will be happy to help you with the next steps. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below and share it with someone who may benefit. Have a great week and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.